Dear learners, I will discuss today about how to speak in English without thinking. চিন্তা না করে কিভাবে ইংলিশে কথা বলবেন। If you want to learn properly, who is the right and who is the wrong, you have to know properly. Then you will be able to deliver English properly. Before that, you have to make fluency, and all English you have to store in your brain. Otherwise, you will not be able to speak in English. Now your brain is installed in Bengali. After your bearing, you are speaking in English up to now. But you couldn't speak in English, you didn't speak in English in your life. For this reason, your brain have to install in English. Already it is installed in Bengali. If you practice again and again, from beginning, from present form, past participle form, future form, continuous, past continuous, perfect, and can, could, will be able, may, might, should, would, has to, have to, is to, supposed to, এগুলি যদি এইভাবে clearly if you learn, then if you practice, it will be saved in your brain. When need to speak in English, your brain will speak in English, not you. I advise you practice according to my advice. One vocabulary you take, and you will take 10 to 12 vocabularies, 10 to 12 subject or person, and if you practice a vocabulary with 12 persons, then that will be practice, perfect practice. But without knowing in English, if you practice with someone, you won't be able to speak in English, you won't be able to learn properly. And who is the right and who is the wrong, you will not be able to understand. For this reason, you will feel some hesitation. If you speak with others, it is not for long time. Maybe you will practice 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. It's not possible to learn English. If you go to America, Australia, England, and if you live there minimum 5 years to 10 years, then you will be able to speak in English, but not correctly. If you don't learn before going there. So for this reason, after knowing, if you go abroad, after knowing English properly, if you go abroad, England, Australia, England, or in a English country, then you will be able to learn within short time, because you know the right and wrong. Without knowing, if you go to America or England or Australia, any English country, you won't be able to learn within 5 years. Because I have taught many persons, those who are living in America, Australia, England, but they are serving there 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, they can speak in English, but they can't speak in English correctly. For this reason, they shared with me, sir, when I speak in English with foreigners, then they laugh, because I try to mean them, but they understand, but they laugh, because which one I am saying, all are present form, and I am meaning him with present form. But there are lots of system. One vocabularies are using 30 times affirmative, 30 times negative, 30 times question, and more than 200 times questions WH quotients means it will be, if you count, it will be more than 500 to 800 types using one verbs. But if you don't know this regulation, you will not be able to learn. And if you go any country, English country, you will not be able to learn English. I have seen some person saying, and when anybody go to America, in any English country, they can speak in English. But who is speaking about them, but he doesn't know English. But who is speaking English, is it right or wrong? How many persons in Bangladesh about this correct or incorrect? Nobody. When anybody speak in English, they think he is an expert in English. If anybody go America or any English country, then they can learn English, and it will enter through the air, and it is delivering the mouth. No, not it is easy matter. At present, I am teaching two persons. One person is living in Canada, another person is living in England. They are learning to me, but they are staying there. One person are staying there 7 years in Canada. Another person are staying there 4 years in England. But they can't speak in English, but it is not right or wrong. They don't know. Also 100% incorrect. But they are trying to meaning other person, like unknown person. It is matter of very shame. For this reason, you have to learn. When you learn, you have to learn properly from beginning. If you have no any foundation, you will not be able to learn English. If your foundation will be strong, you will be able to learn English very quickly, very fluently, and within short time. I advise you, you never follow any book. There are lots of spoken book in Bangladesh, lots of writers, and they are publishing in the Facebook, YouTube, and they are saying if you follow this book, you will be able to expert in English, but they are not expert. Who has written this book? He has published this book by copying another book. But he is not expert. But he is giving you ensure that if you follow my book, if you read my book, you will be able to speak in English properly. But if you learn English to him, 10 years you will not be able to learn English 20% correctly. Because he has learned from another coaching center. Maybe he was a teacher of any college, he was a teacher of any university, but university's teacher, college teacher, or coaching students, coaching teacher, they are not able to teach properly the learners. For this reason, you have to go that person who has researched in English very easily, and if you read according to him, according to his advice, then you will be able to learn easily. If you follow my every class, I think you will be able to learn. No need to read to me, and if you read it to me, within short time you will be able to learn. Because when any person come to me or learn our online, they have sheet in front them. Also I teach them according to my teaching. They are practicing and they are learning within short time. And who can come to me, come to my residence or come to my office They can learn because I teach them 1 hour. Single person, not coaching center. This board is not for coaching center. This board is for making video. I don't teach in a base. But sometimes I teach in a base when any bank, any multinational company or group of company, they hire me, then I go them, but I make a base with 5%, not more than 5%. But they try to make a base with 10 persons. I say no, it is not possible. If you include this 10%, you will able to learn. You will not be able to learn easily. Or if you include this 5 persons, you will be able to learn. But I have to spend time 3 hours for 5 persons. Then I will be able to return from you, and you will be able to learn properly. And I take only maximum, but don't in my house, in my office. If any company hire me, then I go there. Otherwise not. But they are very serious to learn English. When they participate 1 or 2 classes, they are very interested to join the class. Also they appreciated about my teaching system, about my method to others, and they are inspired to learn to me. So for this reason, it is not the 100% commercial, but I take money to teach him. Otherwise, how will I survive? For this reason, I take money. But whom I am teaching, he is learning 100% right, 100% correctly, 100% confidently. And he can speak in English within 1 month. After 4th class, he can start speaking English to me. My course duration is 6 months. Within 6 months, he is an expert in English. But those who are learning to me, all are professional persons. They are not the school and college students. But when they have no any way, then they come to me. Before coming to me, they have learned to many coaching centers and many teachers. But they didn't learn a single to make single sentence correctly. They can't speak in English correctly 2 minutes, 1 minute. After speaking 1 minute, they are stopped. But they shared with me, sir, when I learned in various coaching centers, I was the first boy in my base. But when I came to you, I don't know any English. So what have I learned to them? I have taught many teachers of the renowned schools in Bangladesh, college, university, teachers, professors, that type of. But many teachers also commented to me, sir, I have learned teaching system to you after many years. But before now I didn't learn how to teach the students. This is the easiest system and most important system to teach the learners, otherwise not possible. I request you, if you want to learn English, you follow my video one by one. If you listen to me, once upon time you will be able to speak in English. If I speak in English, there are many learners, they ask me, sir, do you teach, and which system do you teach, which accent do you teach, British or American? can't make a sentence. He can't say 5 sentences together. He asked me about the accent pronunciation. Accent pronunciation, when you will be able to learn English, you will be able to make pronunciation. Without going England or Australia, America, you will not be able to learn pronunciation, learn accent like them. There are many teachers in Bangladesh, they are teaching in Bengali, but they are teaching the accent. It is a one kind of commercial business. There are many my students, they have said me, sir, they are teaching the accent, but they don't know how to make sentence properly, who is the right, who is the wrong, who is the do verb, be verb, have verb, negative, affirmative question. They don't know properly. They teach this only following a book of the coaching center. It is not possible to learn English. If you want to learn English, you have to think about yourself, how much you know English and how to learn English. This is the very important. You have to collect the advice. There are many teachers will advise you, if you speak with others, right or wrong, you will be able to speak in English. Or if you read newspaper, English newspaper, you will be able to speak in English. If you listen the English movie, you will be able to speak in English. They are very foolish. I think they are illiterate in English. They have no any idea, they have no any knowledge about teaching system. I know there are many English teachers in Bangladesh, English teachers, but they are teaching. They know English, very well English, they know. But how did they learn? They don't know. And how will they teach to the learners? They don't know. They are teaching following a book or copying a book. This is their asset. It is not possible to teach any person. I advise you, don't learn lots of vocabulary, lots of English, lots of topics. If you know only the simple some vocabularies, 300 maximum. You know there are many people, they know 200 to 300 vocabularies or above 300 vocabularies, because they have memorized, because they have known, if I know English vocabularies, I will be able to speak in English always. And he is another foolish. After your studying, after your completing graduation, if you don't know where is your problem, you are not literate person. You are illiterate person. After completing graduation, if you know where is your problem, you have learned 50%. And if you know you have no any problem, everywhere you are expert, you have learned 100%. For this reason, I advise you, if you read morning to night, you will not be able to learn. If you read every day, maximum 2 hours, if you practice 2 hours, that's enough. Within 6 months, you will be able to learn. You never try to learn English within short time, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. It is not possible if you have no enough time. Those who are the professional person, they have no lots of time. They come their residence at 7 to 10 p.m. Then they have no energy. But for this reason, I take class 2 days in a week. Monthly 8 or 9 classes I take. And they can practice comfortably. For this reason, they are able to learn English easily. And my system is the only, if you read, there is no unnecessary word, single word in my method, in my sheets. Which one you need, 100% you will get this. But you have memorized lots of vocabulary. It is not used one time in a 10 years. So how will you save in your memory? Only if you know some vocabularies, 100 to 300, you will be able to speak in English continuously, but you have to know how to make sentence, how to make question, how to make answer, how to write, and how to deliver, and you have to save this English in your memory. Then your memory will deliver according to your needs. Thank you for today. Thanks for joining.